This is the MOBC, my own boxing community, and I want to talk about this Keyshawn situation, right? Keyshawn Davis' brother, Kelvin Davis, got beat by Nahir Albright, right? Beats him. And apparently, after he lost, allegedly there was some altercation between the Davis brothers and Albright. Okay. Now, I've been seeing a lot of videos with people talking about this situation. I've seen, well, I didn't watch all of them, but I've seen like some, I've listened to some, and not entirely, but I've seen some skim through. I've seen videos where it's like I skip through like an hour and 30 minutes into the video, and they're still talking about Keyshawn Davis, you know, allegedly jumping on Nahir Albright. And a lot of people gave their opinions on it. Some people's calling, the Davis brothers and all them suckers for jumping on Albright. Some people is calling Albright a sucker for telling, saying what happened. Salute, boxing kangaroo. People are calling Albright a snitch, saying that he told on them. So here's my take on this whole Kelvin Davis and Keyshawn Davis situation with Albright, right? Oh man, Bob going to sit Keyshawn for a minute. Yeah, probably. Salute, Mr. Big Play Brace. Salute. So here's my take on this whole Keyshawn Nahir Albright situation. I don't care. This is a sport of boxing, and after these events, adrenaline is pumped up. People are riled up. People are celebrating. People are aggressive. If you've been to these boxing events, people are drinking. You got to be on point when you at some of these boxing events or MMA event or even a football game, right? You got to be on your P's and Q's. All right. Now, I don't condone any violence that was that Albright was in. Whatever altercation that he got into, I don't condone it. However, I don't care. You know why? Because this is a situation now where we got Keyshawn Davis, who's very talented. A lot of people, including myself, gave high praise to this guy. Not only did you miss weight, okay, you miss weight, your opponent, a common opponent with Shakur Stevenson, your quote-unquote buddy old pal, your opponent dropped out of the fight, still got paid, and you didn't get paid. Now, I don't care. I don't care about you not getting paid or whatever. What I care about is we potentially missed what you was going to do or what De Los Santos was going to do to you. We missed your opportunity to outshine Shakur Stevenson, your good buddy old pal, that it's obvious you guys aren't going to ever fight each other. So we got to put that on the table. You guys aren't never going to fight each other, right? The whole focus about this whole situation is you jumping on Albright, and now everybody want to see Albright get his get back because you guys had you and Keyshawn, him and Keyshawn had a no contest. We all remember that fight. It was a no contest, right? So now everybody want to see Keyshawn and Albright fight each other. I don't know about this whole Keyshawn and Albright fighting, but them two fighting in a ring doesn't settle anything. You attack me in the streets. So if Albright, and I'm speaking on Albright, if I'm as Albright, if Albright got a situation and it was like outside of the ring, then you got to meet me and we got to knuckle up in the parking lot or in the bathroom or whatever. Why should I give you a chance to train for me, rehydrate and be bigger than me and potentially beat me. Be me fighting a 154 pounder. We just got to get it on outside the ring or don't get it on at all. Because what I'm seeing right now is we're not going to see Tank Davis and Keyshawn Davis. So that's out of the picture. We're not going to see Keyshawn Davis fight Shakur Stevenson. That's out of the table, right? So all these potential fights at 135, the winner out of Shakur and Zepeda, we're not going to see that, right? We're not even going to see an Andy Cruz. And as much as I don't believe that Andy Cruz is ready, being that he's almost 30 and only has 5 professional fights, we're not going to see that fight, all right? You're not going to see the Muratalla fight, okay? And these are fighters that are at 135, okay? Now, I don't know what weight class Frank Martin is, and I do believe he called Keyshawn out. I don't know if Frank Martin is fluctuating between 135 and 140. You got to make up your mind, Frank Martin. But we're not going to see that fight. All right? We're not going to see that fight. Don't know what weight class Tevin Farmer is in. Is he 135, 140? Last fight was at 135. We're not going to see that fight. So this whole him jumping Albright is gonna hurt your brand, because now we don't know what the consequences are going to be. But whatever the consequences is going to be, the punishment on the fans is we're not going to get the fights that we wanted to see. We're not. Now, if you go to the 140-pound division, because pretty much that's where you're going to go, do y'all really think he's going to fight Teofimo Lopez? Is him and Richard Hitchens gonna be going back and forth, you know, like Hitchens being corny, showing how much money he got to Kambosos, that corny little thing, you know, this old flea market Floyd Mayweather act that Hitchens is doing, right? You think that him and Keyshawn Davis is gonna get it on? You think Puello is gonna fight him? Like you got all these fighters at 140, right? Gary Russell, not going to fight Keyshawn, all right? I'm going to say it right there. Liam Paro, not going to fight Keyshawn, all right? Now, if these guys start mixing it up and beating on each other and people start looking beatable, then maybe Keyshawn is going to call these guys out. Because right now, what I'm seeing is all talk. All talk. He's not doing what a fighter's supposed to do, and that's sign the contract and get in the ring. You went in 4.3 pounds against a guy who had to basically not eat, drain himself to make 135. He made the weight. He's been off for 2 years. His last fight, he chased Shakur up and down for 12 rounds, which I do believe that fight should have been a draw. All right? I'm not counting 1 or 2 punches more per round, a 1 punch per round, 2 punches per round more. No, that fight should have been a draw. All right? I know, I get it. Shakur's defense is his feet, but it was too much of it. All right? It's too much of it. And all you did, Santos, was chase him around. So we was going to see you do something different, because Keyshawn Davis don't fight like Shakur. And we were all hoping that Shakur was going to go in there. I mean, Davis was going to go in there and do something entirely different than Shakur. Most of us picked Davis to win. Bigger, heavier, right? He's more active, right? Gonna rehydrate, heavier, right? Santos been on a 2-year layoff, right? Not a lot of pro fights. On paper, it's looking like this is a walk in the park. But I guess you know something more than that we don't know. I guess you know something that we don't know, because 4.3 pounds is a lot of weight, and it showed me that you was not confident in trying to fight Santos. And let me say this too, right? You can't be saying that you plan on moving to 140 anyway, because you can't make weight at 135 or whatever, and call out Tank Davis and call out who else? Who else is there? Well, Lomachenko retired, right? You calling out, you have getting into arguments with Frank Martin. Frank Martin gonna make the weight. Y'all saw what Tank Davis did to him, playing around with the weight, and he couldn't. He had to weigh in. They wasn't gonna get on the scale for so many hours or whatever, so he couldn't drink any fluid, but he still made the weight, right? As much we call Devin Haney, you could argue that he's, same size as Keyshawn, right? He was making 135, draining himself. Discipline, right? And now the whole attention to Davis isn't who he's going to fight next. It's him jumping somebody after his brother lost. It's him now fans saying Albright needs to get his get back. No one thought about Albright at all to ever fight Keyshawn Davis again. Now, I don't know if these guys is playing some type of mind trick on us, but no one thought of Albright fighting Keyshawn. Matter of fact, a lot of fans forgot that these two dudes even fought each other. You know what I'm saying? Salute, Toby. Salute. Let me go in this chat. Boxing Kangaroo, salute. I see y'all telling each other what's up. Andy is Keyshawn daddy. And hey, man, listen. Yeah, Andy Cruz will be elevated to IBF Mando after he beats, Mishira. Yeah, and I think he is going to win that fight. But you're right, Keyshawn and Andy won't happen. Yeah, and you know what? I want to see all of these guys mix it up. I've said this in multiple videos. I like back in the days, you would get back, if this was back in the days, Keyshawn Davis and Zepeda would have fought. And then Zepeda and Shakur would have fought. And then Davis and Shakur would have fought. And then Tank and Zepeda would have fought. And then Tank and Shakur would have fought. You know what I'm saying? And then Andy Cruz would have fought Zepeda. And Andy Cruz would have fought Key. Like, these dudes would have been all mixing it up. You see what I'm saying? But we don't got that today. All we got is purse bid arguments. Who's the A side? Who's the B side? That's all we get. We got promoters who don't want to test their fighters. We got fighters who don't want to test their fighters. We got networks who don't want to work with promotions. I mean, the whole boxing landscape is turned into one big joke. Straight like that. Straight up. And I'm like, okay, well, if Keyshawn Davis is going to move up to 140, is his first fight at 140 going to be someone that he already fought at 135? A guy that he had a minor scuffle with in the locker room? Is that what we doing now? How many boxing fans in the last year was saying they can't wait to see Nahir Albright and Keyshawn Davis fight? That can't be the next fight. Y'all got to do some type of bare knuckle match or something. It can't be the next fight. There's other names in the 135-pound division. I just named some. And I'm going off the dome. I just named some fighters at 135 that we are probably not going to see Keyshawn Davis fight with. And he's going to move up to 140, right? And then let me say another thing, too, about this 135-140 division, all right? Because a lot of the videos that I've been seeing, there seems to be a bit of confusion with these divisions, and I understand why. Because a lot of these fighters at 135 and 140 are playing around with the weight. They're doing catch weights and 141, 142. And they fighting at 138. Like, these dudes got to make up their mind. Or either you a lightweight or you a 140. I can't say, I'm not talking about no Andy Cruz versus Hitchens until Andy Cruz move up to 140. You feel me? I'm not talking about no Lamont Roach, versus versus Matias at 140. Oh, I want to see Tank Davis and Matias. What weight class are these guys in? Because a lot of y'all boxing channels is confusing the heck out of me. What's up, Antonio? Salute. Y'all boxing channels out there is confusing me, right? What weight class are these guys in? I'm seeing it with the 140-pound landscape compared to the 147 land. Then I'm seeing 147 fighters and then 154. These fighters are in a weight class that they're in. That's who we should be concentrating on until they move up, right? Keyshawn Davis is about to move to 140 potentially and not give us any of the fights that we were hoping to see at 135. And I'm going to say this right now. If Keyshawn Davis moves up to 140 and he fights Nahir Albright, and then after that, his next opponent is Kambosos, I'm telling y'all right now, this dude is never going to be undisputed. He's never going to be the next Crawford that people claim to be. I'm telling you, if this dude fight Nahir Albright, and then after that fight a Kambosos, or move Tevin Farmer up to 140, this dude is never going to be undisputed, and it's going to be proof that all these guys want to do is make money with the easiest fights that they could have. Salute, Bruce. I thought we were going to see all these young... This is Toby Bartlett comment. I thought we were going to see all these young American fighters fight each other. No, they're not going to fight each other. When they came through, all we seen is to them getting Twitter beefs. And see, and that's the other thing that I'm so sick of, right? You guys do a lot of 12-round fights on Twitter. That's all you guys do. This is why I hate social media in the sport of boxing. Is you guys will beef and go at each other and get boxing fans all riled up. You'll see Shakur and Tank Davis going at it. Shakur and Tank Davis. Ooh, is Shakur? And this is that. And then Shakur gonna turn around and do something silly like have a rematch with Valdez or somebody. They'll do something like that. And Tank Davis will find some bantamweight that he can move up to 135 and fight him. That's what's going on. All they do is get on Twitter. These guys don't want to fight each other. These guys don't want to fight each other. And four kings? How can you call these guys four kings? How can you call these guys four kings when these guys ain't even fighting each other? I mean, I hate to say it, but you can make your argument that Roland Romero got a better resume than Shakur Stevenson, than Keyshawn Davis. He got a better resume than Frank Martin. Roland Romero is out there fighting. You guys ain't. That's the thing about 140 division is a fake division, in my opinion. 140 is for small welterweights. I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I personally like these. I like 135. I like 140. For me, I don't like 168. I don't like one. I mean, I'm not saying the fights there. I'm saying the division. I don't like 168. I don't like 154. And I don't care for junior featherweight and featherweight, the whole 4 pound difference, 122 to 126, because featherweight should be featherweight, right? I like 140 because, well, let me put it this way. I like 140 when it was same day weigh-in, because today you 140 and they're welterweights, right? You're 147 and they're junior welterweights, right? Some even middleweights. But I never really liked the division, the 168 division in general. Like I don't like that they made that 168 division. However, I like the fights that was there, and I think Joe Kawasaki to me will forever be the number one greatest 168 pounder ever. And then you could make an argument, with like the other guys and Nigel Benz and all them. But Keyshawn Davis is like he pump faking, right? Like it's all pump faking. These guys they're not really like trying to show and prove that they're the next Floyd Mayweather, that they're the next Manny Pacquiao, that they're the next, Terrence Crawford or Canelo. None of these guys at 135 and 140, even 147, is showing me that they're the future of what boxing is right now, the boxing stars now, right? Like, I mean, back in the days, if Bivol or Beterbiev were undisputed champions back in the days, it would have been a very big deal, especially in the 175-pound division. It would have been a very big deal. It would have been on ESPN, and it would have been in the sports magazines, and it would have been in Ring Magazine and what was it, KO Magazine and all of that. And they would have been in interviews, and they would have had commercials here in the States, and they would have had maybe appear in a music video or something. They would have been stars. And it's unfortunate that a fight of that magnitude, and they fought twice, is only for the diehards, right? Meanwhile, a whole bunch of people is tuning in on a crappy event with Keyshawn and his brothers. In the main event is canceled, and the prospect in Abdullah Mason becomes the headliner. Boxing is turning into a joke. Straight up. And I don't know. Salute Red Glove Militant. I don't know what it is, but like we gotta stop with this whole the money gotta be right. And I'm seeing people debating on who's the bigger star, who is the biggest name. And I'm seeing Tank Davis people saying he got more pay-per-views, and they're still bringing up, Pedraza fight. And I see Shakur fans saying, nobody wants to fight him because of his defense. And then you have Keyshawn Davis, and him and Shakur Stevenson developed this friendship and acting like they're the Klitschko brothers. You guys think y'all the Klitschko brothers now. All of a sudden now you guys are just brothers. This is my brother. One of you guys is afraid to fight each other, and I don't know who. Salute UGC Flame. I don't know who is afraid to fight each other, but that's what I'm seeing. One of you two mofos is afraid to fight each other. One of you two mofos is skeptical of each other. So y'all develop this bond. Y'all develop this whole, oh, we brothers, we brothers, we brothers. Muhammad Ali and Jimmy Ellis was good friends. Even had the same trainer. Used to spar each other. And when it came time to fight as a pro, Ali went and knocked him out. And guess what? Gave his friend an opportunity to make money. If y'all real friends, Keyshawn and Shakur Stevenson, if y'all was real friends, if y'all was real quote unquote brothers, y'all would fight each other. Do you know how much money y'all would make if y'all fought each other? And I'm not the one to talk about money. I don't care. I'm just talking about as a whole of y'all fighting each other. Mike Tyson said it best back in the 90s. We friends and we give each other opportunities to fight each other. Don't do like Floyd. Floyd wasn't fighting nobody. Not giving homies no fights. Giving these other dudes opportunities to make money. You dudes could make money together if y'all fought each other. Could potentially have a trilogy. But we not going to see that. And you think Keyshawn Davis going to move up to 140 and fight Devin Haney? And we're not even going to talk about Tio, because Tio ain't fighting nobody. Tio ain't fighting nobody. Teofimo Lopez is just he the pump faker too. He flopping just like LeBron James. Straight up. Yeah, they the Wayne brothers. They think they the Wayne brothers. That's what they think they is. They think they the Wayne brothers. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. Y'all, this is my brother. This is my brother. And you got Bomac in the back. You know, he looking at his homies, right? You got Bomac over there, right? With his hot chips, his hot Cheetos, you know, licking his fingers, and then he putting his hands in the pads. He using the Cheeto residue like the gymnastics do the chalk when they get on the bar. Man, it's a joke. Talking about, oh, we brothers. We brothers. What? No, that's not how it works. Holyfield and Lennox Lewis was cool with each other. They was friends. Fought each other. Twice. What are we doing here? Huh? Friends fight friends. It's okay. On a competitive level, it's okay. It would have been a good fight to see Shakur beat Santos and then say, I want to fight Shakur next. I want to fight my brother next. Because he ain't your real brother anyway. We bros. You got Shakur acting like he a Davis now. Shakur Davis. Then you got Keyshawn Davis. And you might throw Tank Davis in there too while you're at it. It's a joke. Yeah, the theme song. Right. They the whole Wayne brothers. All of them. Tank Davis, Keyshawn, Shakur. All of them. They all the damn, they all, and Clarissa Shields is the sister. The gossip sister. Clarissa Shields, where no fighter that she supports can do no wrong. Clarissa Shields is the sister. It's a damn joke. Keyshawn Stevenson. These dudes don't want to fight each other, y'all. And I'm seeing people missing the big picture. I saw 2-hour videos, 3-hour videos talking about the incident that happened in the locker room. Forget what happened in the locker room. We are not going to see fights that we want to see. I'm going to say it one more time. If Keyshawn Davis fights Albright at 140 and then fights Kambosos next, oh man, the MOBC is about to go straight Thanos mode. Because y'all know it. Let's keep it a buck. Hitchens is going to beat Kambosos. Kambosos is going to, if it go 12, he going to yell robbery or whatever, right? Kambosos is probably going to be a gatekeeper at 140 because he was a former undisputed champion. He was the last guy to beat Tio, right? So he probably going to be a gatekeeper at 140. Keyshawn Davis going to fight him next, probably. Because it's one big joke. Now, I don't know if if Hitchens is going to beat Kambosos. That remains to be seen, but I'm picking him to beat Kambosos because, I thought that dude who fought Kambosos before Loma beat him, I thought that dude beat Kambosos. I forgot that guy's name. So Kambosos is most likely going to lose to Hitchens. He's just undersized at 140. You could make an argument he was undersized at 135 when he fought Haney. Haney was a junior middleweight when they fought. Haney was a junior middleweight fighting at 135, and then he fights at a catchweight at like 144 or so. And then he fight pro grade and he 165 pounds. That's a super middleweight. Devin Haney is a super middleweight. Yeah, Maxie Hughes. That's right, Boxing Kangaroo. See, Boxing Kangaroo. No. It's Maxie Hughes. And I'm telling you, I watched that fight. And when the bell rang, I said, oh, snap, Kambosos lost. And then he got a majority win. And then he fights Loma next. And then we know what happened with that fight. Loma cherry-picked Kambosos. It is what it is. Maxie was clearly outboxed him. Heck yeah, he outboxed him. Straight up. Why you doing, my brother George? Hey, man, I like George Kambosos, man. I like him, man. I like him, man. Shout out to Kambosos, man. He got a lot of heart. He's a good fighter. Shocked the world when he beat Tio. I'm so glad that he beat Tio. So I'm not a fan of Tio. I think Tio's a bum. I think he's a racist. I don't like him. I don't like him or Ryan Garcia. I like Kambosos a lot better, a lot more, way more than those guys. But it is what it is. He's probably going to be a gatekeeper at 140. Who knows? The way Hitchens was acting in the press conferences, I don't like that. I don't like that whole flashing your money and you acting like you Floyd. All of a sudden now you 50 cents and you got, you making movies or whatever. Nah, Hitchens, please stop. Please stop. Because let me tell you right now, Mike Tyson made quadruple more money than you, Hitchens. And he went broke. And it took until him in his 50s to start getting that money back. You right? What they say, a fool and his money is soon parted, right? All right, so cut it out. With all them antics, I hope Kambosos win. Then Hitchens could be the damn gatekeeper. The world celebrated when oh yeah, I was celebrating. He just thought he had that one. Nobody knew who Kambosos was. I'm gonna keep it a buck. When they said he was fighting him, I had to go on YouTube because if I never heard of you or seen you, I go on YouTube and I watch your fights and I'm like, he's pretty good. He got a little box skills, a nice hand speed, pretty good footwork. Typical. I'm picking Tio. I picked Tio to beat him because Tio got the better resume and I knew who Tio was and this is before we found out that he's a racist scumbag. So I picked him to win. Boom, he loses. Loved it. Love it now. Now that I know how he is, I love that you could go to BoxRec and see that he lost to Kambosos. I love it. I love it. You know. But getting back to Keyshawn, I hope that if he goes up to 140, that because you're gonna see it, he's ducking. You're gonna see people say he's ducking Andy Cruz. You're gonna see people saying he's ducking Shakur. You're gonna see people saying that he's ducking Tank Davis. However people's opinions is, it doesn't really matter. What matters is he's not gonna fight those guys, and when he goes up to 140, you better give Frank Martin that smoke because he wants you. If you fight Albright, let that be it, and then you start going on and challenging the Hitchens and all the rest of them dudes at 140. You better not move up to 140 and don't fight no Matias. I don't think he's gonna go up to 140 and fight no Matias. I don't think so. I don't think he's gonna go up there and fight no Liam Paro. None of them dudes. I just don't see it. I don't see these guys doing things like that. Right? Like, we can't even, like, what fighters today that we could say at 135 or 140 got a stacked resume? Nobody does, right? Nobody does. You're not going to see these guys fight. You're not going to see, you know, what's his name? Puello, and he might fight. I think who's TL's fighting next? Barboza. You're not gonna see him fight the winner out of those guys, right? I would love to see Keyshawn and Gary Russell get in on that 140. That would be a good fight. A good fight. But you probably won't see it. He already turned down Richard. There it is. There, see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? He already turned down Richard Hitchens. And now Richard Hitchens is fighting the gatekeeper. Out there showing all his money fighting a legit, natural career 135-pounder. You can't make this up, man. You can't make this up. USA Boxing is looking soft, bro. Oh, listen, man. At the end of the day, as much as I tried so hard to defend American boxers, I can't do it anymore. It's either American boxers ain't fighting each other, or when American boxers fight, they don't fight, they run, and then they want to convince you that I wasn't running. That's called sweet science. Oh, no. I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say it again. Pernell Whitaker is sweet science. Chavez, the way he moved forward and slipping punches, is sweet science. Okay? Floyd Mayweather Jr. is sweet science. All right? Effective aggression style fighting with Manny Pacquiao is sweet science. How Barrera broke down Nazim Hamed, that's sweet science. All right? Doing the shuffle and tap dancing and doing the running man in the Harlem Shake in the ring, that's not sweet science. That's running. All right? Only one looking weaker are the Australians. Hey, Ray Glove, you cold, man. Go Kambosos. Epitome is what Aussies are. Avoid no man. Yeah, hey, listen. Look, I'm making jokes about Kambosos in a friendly way. But that guy is willing. Listen, if you said, Kambosos, you're going to fight Tank Davis next, he going to sign the contract. No problem. Hey, Kambosos, you're going to fight Shakur next. Signing the contract. No problem. No problem. Kambosos got a better resume than Keyshawn Davis. Straight up. Straight up. I can tell you right now that Kambosos that fought Tio, that Kambosos that night, he would beat any version of this Keyshawn Davis that we got today. Straight up. Yep, straight up. You know what I'm saying? That Kambosos. You think Keyshawn Davis would fight Devin Haney? Do you think Keyshawn Davis would go fight Kambosos in Australia? Heck no. It's like I said, I try my hardest. I try my hardest to defend American boxing. I can't. You guys don't even want to leave out your comfort zone. That's right. He won't, Red Glove. He would not go to no. Matter of fact, if Keyshawn Davis was to fight Kambosos then, he would have to fight him in his hometown. You got to fight me in my hometown. And if you beat me, my brothers is going to headbutt you. That's how we get down over here. You know? I mean, Keyshawn don't sound like that. He got that lisp. He got that Keith Thurman lisp. That's what he got. They should have I would love to see Keyshawn Davis and Keith Thurman have a roast off. They'd just be spitting on each other with him in that lisp. Anyway, man, this is the MOBC, my own boxing community, y'all. Thanks for stopping by. This is the MOBC, my own boxing community. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know if y'all want me to go live some more. As y'all know, a lot of people may not know this, but I am 49-0 in debates. Every single person that I've debated was easy work. I've had tune-ups here and there. A lot of the guys that I debated with was exhibitions, easy work, you know. But yeah, I'm 49-0, man, and it is what it is. Salute, Brew. Hey, y'all, subscribe to UGC Flame. Subscribe to the Red Glove Militant. Subscribe to Bruce Gas. All right? If the Boxing Kangaroo got a channel, so subscribe to him too. Y'all subscribe to these channels, man. Toby Bartlett, oh, y'all got a channel. Y'all subscribe. Subscribe to each other's channel, everybody. Red Glove Militant. Subscribe to UGC Flame. Subscribe to Bruce Gas. Bruce Gas with the history. Bruce Gas with the fantasy fights. UGC Flame with the flame of the day, flame of the week, right? Flame of shame. Subscribe to, subscribe, man. You know, we gotta support each other in this. Everybody who's watching this, and you catch the playback, and y'all in the chat, subscribe to the people that I named, because these is real good channels. That's right. Black Horseman is a real one. Red Glove Militant is a real one. You feel me? Bruce Gas is a real one. Y'all subscribe, and subscribe to my brother, the Jedi. Right? The Boxing Jedi, the Jedi, subscribe. Subscribe to 86 Boxing. Subscribe to these are my favorite channels. Right? Y'all subscribe to these channels. You feel me? These are the channels that I watch all the time. 86 Boxing, Bruce Gas. You feel me? UGC Flame. 10 players if you're out there. You feel me? Salute.